Hello guys and welcome back to Between the Ropes TV. Now firstly, I've got an apology to make. We haven't made nearly as much content as we'd have liked the last few weeks, but we are back. Holidays are all done, so normal service has resumed. So let's get straight into it. Last night, Metcalf went over to Bilbao in Spain to take on Kerman Lejarraga. Now I think it's fair to say that going into this, Metcalf's the underdog, 33 years old, couple of brutal losses in terms of the real wars with Kieran Conway, Ted Cheeseman, and he came out on the wrong side of those fights. Lejarraga, 30 years old, experienced campaigner himself, as we all know, but certainly on form, on his way up. And I think I did a social media post saying, if Metcalf's going to go over there and get a win, he has got it all to do. But for those of you that don't know, he's done it. He got a unanimous decision victory. So if you've not watched it, definitely check it out on DAZN, guys. It was a great fight, a real war. It started off with Metcalf coming out off the jab, and he was boxing beautifully. And I think while he started to get the odd little bit of swelling, and he was definitely feeling Lejarraga's power, he stuck in there, and he's tough, isn't he? We know that from previous fights. Look at the Cheeseman fight. That was a possible fight of the year contender. So we know he can stay there when the going gets tough. And he was very, very impressive for me. The scorecards were 97-94, 96-94, and 96-95. Personally, for me, 96-94 is about right. I think there was a couple of rounds in it. I think mainly where Metcalf got the gains and got the win is the fact that Lejarraga, as we know, he comes forward, he likes to pressure, and Metcalf was just jabbing him. He was active, he was just jabbing, he was making Lejarraga miss. Lejarraga was trying to cut off the distance and looking for those big shots, but they just weren't landing, and that then made him almost change his own game plan. And at times he tried to sort of jab with Metcalf, so jab with the jabber, and it didn't really work for him. And I think that's where definitely rounds and maybe the fight actually did get away from him a little bit there, because he just couldn't do it. Some slight controversy, because there did seem to be a knockdown by Metcalf. He hit him towards the back of the head. For me, it was a knockdown, but the referee waved it off. He didn't give it as a knockdown. And when you look at the scorecard and there's a 96-95 in there, a potential knockdown, that could be huge, because that could that scorecard of them become a draw? And it brings us back to the old adage that we're having a lot this year, aren't we? There's some controversial scorecards and there's some controversial rulings going on in the sport of boxing. But fortunately, it didn't affect the result last night. Metcalf got the win, and deservedly so. But we've got to look at what's next now, because I think a lot of people were sort of writing him off going into this. Brutal losses, as I've said earlier, to Conway and Cheeseman. What did he have left? Well, he answered. He's got a lot left in the tank. And, we've talked a lot about that bubbling domestic scene. Troy Williamson, I know he's sort of, obviously now he's off fighting on other networks. So there are issues to overcome, but there's a Troy Williamson fight there. Who knows what Ted Cheeseman's doing? It's all a little bit, there was talk of retirement, but nothing confirmed. Can the Kieran Conway rematch even get made? Because let's be fair, Conway, he's not really been the most active, has he? And he's got a couple of good wins now, so he'd be looking to kick on. But with this win over Lejarraga, you've got to be fair, it puts Metcalf right back into contention. And I've got no issues, for me, with seeing that rematch. It was a great fight first time round. So personally, for me, that's what I'd love to see. Metcalf and Kieran Conway. But just a curveball, will DAZN push, because obviously they have their Spain shows, will they push the Lejarraga rematch for him? Because obviously Lejarraga he's main evented a few of these Spanish shows. Are they now going to be like, oh, well, we need to keep the Spanish star. Let's get that rematch on. Would it be in Spain again? They'd have to pay Metcalf, or would it be over in the UK? It'd be a great fight. As I said, if you've not watched last night, watch it, because it was brilliant. But it'd be very interesting to see what's next. And we'll wrap this one up there, guys. Now, don't forget, we've got lots more content coming for you. We've got the Boazzi Richards reaction tonight, so we'll be doing that straight after the card finishes as usual. So yeah, a lot of stuff coming. If you're new here and still with us, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and we'll catch you later.